Welcome to the fastest chaos, and we have our first winner match of the tournament, meaning they won their opening games in the groups. Winner of this will progress to the round of 16 single elimination stage. Loser of this will have to play a decider. FreakinChris in the green, winner of a lot of things, including, I think, winning Masters of Arabia Chapter 1, then a very, very good performance in Deathmatch World Cup 4, and then stopped playing DM for a bit, didn't compete in Deathmatch World Cup 5, for example. Now is back and looking very strong in the tournament so far, beating Camrad in some amazing games 3-0, where he looked really good. Camrad looked good as well, I would say. And in the right-hand side, in the red, we have Daywalker with the Britons for Game 1, consistent top DMer over all the last years. And on paper, the favorite in this set, even though I expect this set to be close. Daywalker giving a game away in his opening round. Didn't look as good as Chris there. But as I always say about Daywalker, he usually just shows up and performs, doesn't need much warming up and everything. Has a hard civ matchup here at the start though. As I will take the Suno, of course, then we can read Daywalker. And he is playing Britons against Celts, something that I would highly favor the Celts here. There is some Briton fans out there, and it is somewhat Black Foresty here, so Britons in RM at least picked a lot on BF. Chris always makes 5 million helps against non-captives. Kinda both of them are doing that now. Very slow champion switches. Daywalker as well, a lot of halberdiers that could have been calved by the Britons, I suppose. But no player entered, made any Cavalier, made any Paladins. And we don't want to spend gold simply. But now players are switching to champions. I think kind of late champion switch by both of them here. Bet's about to close. Only 70 points in there. Come on. For such a matchup here with two prominent DM names, you can do better. Usually there's the Sunos wasting their points and everything, no? Now only Andy. Nobody want to face Andy. Not even in the bets. Seed onagers are out, and we've got a good castle set up. Indeed, it will be a longbow play by the Britons, and the Celts will have to go heavy on the siege side to break the Britons here. Siege rams, Scorpions out so far. I don't know if Scorpions have much value here, probably for the starting infantry fights, but with that castle heavy build order, Scorpions shouldn't be the greatest thing yet. Maybe they do more damage because they can actually reach, but I think Siege Ram plus Sidon just behind and try to get the eventual great shot in should be the play for the Celts here, in at least what I would continuously think. Oh boy, the Scorpions are also getting taken out by Chris himself here. What would be right, Andy? Probably a bigger death ball. This is like some little fights in the middle, which is maybe what the, it's like full Pala ram push. Oh lord. Wow. That's something I also wouldn't have expected or done. I could somewhat see it working though. There is the Rams, there is champs on both sides. I don't think many people are there that think of Celt Paladins in this matchup. It's not really... Is that what you did? Like, this was a matchup that was played between Andy and Kelar in World Cup, I think, right? Britons vs. Celts. Kelar almost won that, I remember that, against the big civic disadvantage. So. Siege Ram is the way, Siege Ram almost always the way! And Siege Onager is the way as well whenever you can get a shot. So the best way to end them is kind of wait for the Briton not to pay attention, go forward with Siege Ram and then have SO behind. That's what I would have thought. I didn't think about Paladins either. Now we're getting a bit too close to the castles. FreakinChris though still off to a good start here. Now has massive amount of trebuchets. What I really like, a trap push there. Can eradicate the Briton plays probably some very quickly. And Daywalker seems to be in big trouble there, forcing a lot of different siege units onto his opponent. No paladins, but this is also seeming to work. Vote Raiders now on the defensive onagers. They are beautiful play to send them in directly, and I think that's a big problem for the onagers. They're kind of the only thing defending against the siege ambush here. And I do feel for Daywalker in game 1. He overall has a population lead, but what do you do against the Kel Siege? Scorpions taking out the champions there, and I feel like the Britons maybe actually want some cav here. This could all be cleared if there would be some cavalier by the Britons. I think against Kels probably a matchup where he needs Briton cavs, because just with onagers this isn't really going to work. Longbows will eventually get pushed back as well. Maybe also a reason that Kel Paladin are better again then, but with only being met by the kind of classic Briton units, champions, longbows, the Kel Siege Ball is looking very deadly, and as I said, it's a very hard matchup I think for Britons to win. As it should be. And yes, it is the Celts. Britain's matchup, the kind of fight for Scotland and Ireland as well, historically, and the William Wallace campaign matchup as well. Daywalker calls the GG, and unlike in history, the Britons reign supreme. Probably also unlike in RM, where Britons would also be favored in DM, I think. Celts are favored by a lot, and FreakinChris had his first pick here, carried it home. Shouldn't be too much for the set, because it was his first pick, but yeah, unlucky matchup for Daywalker there in game 1, and strongly played home by Mr. Chris. The map is nice for Celts, yeah. I think a further map would be better for Britons, but I don't know if you want to use your re on Britain's Celts. I don't think you do. Better KD for Chris. Economy didn't really come that much into play. Daywalker had a better one, but Britain's units are cheap anyway, so they can't really profit from those things. Chris sent me the next lobby code, so we will go to game 2 shortly, as we had the Celts reigning supreme over the Britons. Scotland will remain free. Rejoice. If you're not a Brit and Edward Longshanks fan, then don't rejoice. But you can rejoice if you're a fan of FreakinChris for sure. Also, Daywalker is kind of from the country he represented here, right? Thank you. Cameron is doing predictions. That's nice. And we're off to game number 2. Dravidians and Teutons. I feel like that is decent for Daywalker until the gold runs out. Let us see about the map though. Dravidians maybe can make something happen on water. There is a little bit of water that I'm spotting, but not too much water. Prediction for game 2 is, I think, up, or maybe that's the old one. I don't know, but I think Cameron is going to make one for this one. And we've got Teutons for Daywalker in the red, FreakinChris as green Dravidians. Map-wise, it looks a bit like Nomad with 2 extra islands. Lots of wood, lots of stone spread over the map. Gold as well in the mid-map there, and a little bit of water on the sides. And the Teuton actually the first one to add docks here. No treadmill crane sieve in this one. Someone ended predictions, but nobody's starting them. I'm confused. That's not usually what happens. Oh no, game 2 was already what? No, that was not long enough. People are doing predictions, but they're doing it wrong. Well, game 2 is open now. Prediction-wise, yeah, but I think that was 1 minute or something. I don't know. I didn't even properly see it. FreakinChris going hand cannons. hand cannons. But it's a paladin start from Daywalker, so he is looking to rush. Did get one villager now looping around here as well. And the paladins are on to this poor villager. Will get him. And I assume there's no rush on the other side here. Teuton base. What happened to my mouse there? We have 3 stables and 5 barracks. Castle there to secure water already. Okay. Daywalker is thinking about later stages while he is rushing. Putting up a decent rush for no treadmill crane civ. Other civ obviously also no treadmill. 3-0 on the villager count, but that isn't too deadly, right? That's still decent defense by Chris. Chris is going for the market. Did we have any marketing yet? No marketing yet. Teuton's not trying to take the market away from the Dravidians. Might be a mistake, as I expect some wood being sold here to field more elephant archers. Elephant archers, if we can protect them from siege, should be good for the Dravidians. Probably some bombard cannons to protect them from the siege onagers trying to kill them. And it looks like this prediction has way more points in it. And the paladins don't find too much value. This game probably gonna be a little bit longer than the last one. We have a rather far generation and 2 civs that, besides the paladin opening by the Teutons, don't have the fastest units. And I guess also the Teuton paladins aren't the fastest units. Dravidians more on the death ball side of things. So let's see if Chris can make that happen. It is not many ally archers. It's mainly hand cannons. What? I don't know. I don't really understand it. I think ally archers are better against SO than hand cannons. And I think he's making hand cannons instead of SO because instead of ally archers because of SO. Infantry ignoring armor is rough, true. But as long as there's enough siege out, that wouldn't be the biggest problem. So yeah, maybe Teutons want to end this early. Or at least I could imagine that they do. Elephants are eating some massive shots. And this isn't looking too bad. I think the first phase of the game should be good for the Teuton. And the second phase of the game should be good for the Dravidians. Because the trash fights they should win, right? ETK are kind of useless. I mean, they also have decent attack. They have 21 attack, so they're probably still good later on. Even though their armor doesn't really count. And castle denied by Chris here. He has traps, probably gonna kill that one. Little bit of a siege by Daywalker on the left side, but that's only one. And in Onager, the Onager fights Teutons obviously way better. They have the extra armor on them, and they mainly have siege engineers. Also, Daywalker the only one on water. Chris didn't care about that at all. Wants to win through the middle, even though he has a stronger water. So far, trading SO mainly should end up being better for the Teuton. Kind of ends up similar here. That was a shot that clearly was possible because there is siege engineers for Daywalker. Bet is about to close, and nobody bets on Daywalker, even though I think it's looking good for him. Population is 30 ahead. Massive trap ball now coming by Chris, so there's also some traps need to be unpacked in order not to die. Rumi Swordsman joining the fight as well. I think Daywalker will win. You have 30 seconds to bet on that. Lots of points for you to gain. And the heavy meat shield here doing decently. The hand cannons behind. Maybe to add a DPS against hand cannons with the elephant archers in front. That's how they are acting so far. But they're hitting SO shots, 2 SO shots, not really hitting the right units. So yeah, hand cannons are just too squishy. A lot of hand cannons dead. Kind of both armies just exchanging here in death. Some more gold control over there for Chris. But overall ends up being quite even fight there. Trebuchet's numbers remaining better for Chris, but that might change. Are the ETK changing it or not? And looks like in the end, FreakinChris gets the position, but probably lost way more worth than unit. 0 on food and 19 food only in the bank. So Chris kind of out of resources over here. Whose position do you like more, guys? Goku sounds like he likes Daywalker's more. Because I think he bet on Chris, right? Yeah. Daywalker also expanding to the southern gold. This expansion has been stopped. Golds have 900. This gold also. So that's quite a decent amount of gold towering in the back. Hey, keep there, probably because it didn't have... No, he has massive amounts of stone, just to secure these reds a bit. And game slowing down by quite a bit now in the mid. Red needs monks. Against the Eli archers. I don't know, he does have SO still, right? They should be better. Eats one shot here. Good micro by Chris. Oh, nice though. Nice split by Daywalker, kind of front and back of that shot. And yeah, one SO being micro down. Oh boy, Chris with the OP onager micro. There it goes down, but that onager was very effective to like 4-5 with some boats still around. Daywalker with more map expansion, more control, annoying towers over here. Trying to be counter-towered, but when the tower's already up and 3 villages are in that is probably not going to work for the Austrian, as the Halberdiers will probably find nothing here because there's 2 weakened Scorpions around as well. Relics, Daywalker, the first one onto them, and in these numbers probably Paladins even able to do something here, but jumping on the SO. There's another siege attempt here by Chris, but only 1 trap survives and 3 defensive trebuchets. So I still like Daywalker's position. Daywalker now going for raids there to the right side. A lot of farms without any town center in sight. 4 mills. So they are efficient, but they're also not being able to protect themselves. So some Halberdiers have to come over. It isn't enough Halberdiers though. And Chris losing good portions of his food economy to the Paladins here while losing the fight in the middle, while being pushed back there. Starting to look great now for Daywalker. 55 population, and Pleb Chariot might get a lot of photos. Cannon Guns now being added as well. Daywalker profiting on his water control. Chris not adding anything done on water. I'm questioning few plays of Chris here, and I think Daywalker is finding its way into the set here. Daywalker playing really solid now. He has water, he has map control, he's being annoying, he has raids. Wait, what? I guess it isn't Lions of Wars. Ha! The monk? Will the monk get away? Monk gets away! So FreakinChris will get a relic. The monastery is towards the exposed part though. And I guess that was quick words against civilians, right? So it's fine. That castle is likely to fall. Chris doesn't really have much army. 23 on the field only. And it's looking very good for Daywalker. And since the Sunosaur can't co-cast, I did acquire a Valhalla co-caster. From the same country as Frost. And Chris calls the GG Daywalker. Very strong play here. Let me double check if there's no line of fall. There is none. This is all towers as well, right? This is all keeps. So all good. That castle to finally protect the farming code doesn't go up because FreakinChris calls the game. Daywalker evens out the set. And Cameron, I'm in the caster channel if you want to join me. As we do have the 1-1 set here. Everybody was expecting a close set. X Factor, great to see you. If you want to still add a set prediction here, for example, and maybe resolve the other predictions, I don't know. No, I'm gonna do it. The end was Daywalker. Lots of points for Pleb Chariot. And Mr. Cameron's here. Ayo, what do you think of game 1 and 2?
Very nice. I think Daywalker played really well. He showed what he could. And also I think Daywalker is in a better position now, draft-wise. Because Dravidians is a pretty strong civ and Celts as well. And he just used up only 2 Disembodients, which are okay, but not as to the same degree as I would place Dravidians and Celts together.
Yeah. Would agree. Tuten's probably a decent matchup there as well. But I would say it's kind of an even matchup, I think. Daywalker just played better.
Yeah. Probably Elephant Archers were the wrong pick against such an associative.
Hey, I don't know. I think the hand cannons are even weirder. I don't know if you were there yet, but like hand cannons felt very underwhelming against CSO. I guess it was supposed to be a line behind the Elephant Archers to like take the Helmeters out.
Yeah, because they stand at like a different range or something.
But we can actually, they haven't picked Civs yet, at least not from what I saw, because I see the old Civs still. So we can actually try to predict their next Civs. Yeah, that's game.
Okay. I don't have the draft. If you could send it over.
Yeah.
Before we take a peek. Let's see. Okay, so Britons lost, Students won, Celts won, Dravidians lost.
Huggie says Malians versus Ethiopians. But I think Chris wants to go fast if now. So I think he's going Byzantines.
Maybe even Lithuanians.
Yeah, but that's not bad.
No, true.
I don't, he picked them, so he wants to play them, I guess. But I say Byzantines, Bulgarians. Let's go ahead and say something.
Byzantines. I think Japanese, Lithuanians. That's my prediction.
Japanese, Lithuanians. Oh boy, that would be great for Japanese. See? No, not fully done yet. But it is looking good for parts of Huggie's prediction. Alright. Nunes in chat. Ayo. And X Factor with the shortle flood, which could happen, right? Ethiopians are drafted.
Yep.
So that isn't too unlikely. What was your guess? Japanese, Lithuanians? Oh.
Yeah, but I'm not so sure on FreakinChris part. He could really go for anything, I feel like. But I think Daywalker wants to go for another strong. Just to punch at the opportunity.
Ethiopians might have decent matchups against everything that Daywalker has left. If it's land.
Yeah, I could see that.
So maybe actually Ethiopians. Byzantine is probably okay too, though. Yeah, I think either Byzantines or Ethiopians makes the most sense against everything that's there from Daywalker.
Would you even say against Japanese? I feel like Japanese could like have a really quick start and
Yeah,
get a
not
lot of
against
infantry on
Japanese,
the
I
field.
guess. But then it's Daywalker's first pick at least.
Yep.
Let me refresh. I'm pretty sure we have our solution now. And we do,
Yep.
as it's downloading much content. And Byzantine Malians! So I get a point for the Byzantines. Huggie gets one for the Malians.
And I get none. But my prediction could still be correct for the next one.
Yeah, I also didn't understand the Slave Snipe instead of the Cat Snipe Kelar. And the Kelar. You weren't on, otherwise I would have asked you, I guess. Well, but camera here now. And yeah, the Britons lost to Celts pretty clearly. Even though Chris didn't do what Andy wanted him to do. Yeah, I think Byzantines might be better here, right?
I don't know. I think I'd still prefer Malians. But it's not that easy to say.
I remember testing this for Ragnarok, but I don't. There was a clear result, but I don't remember which one.
Okay.
I think Tipo wanted to pick it. We played a few. We came up with one Civ is better, so it didn't really play it, or I played it still. I don't remember, but I think there was an opinion. But let's go into the game. I'm going live, and we've got FreakinChris with the Byzantines against Daywalker's Malians on kind of the 2 lakes generation, but you can't get to the lakes as they are behind wood. You do hold some fish, however. Slight hills in the middle, and mainly a pretty standard land map with a rather far away start. So Malian Cavalier beat Cataphracts. I don't know, maybe? It is Camels though for the mains to start out. We start out with a Scythian Scout, a unit that a lot of scenarios use, but it dies pretty quickly. No will kills over here. And what do you think about the build orders, Comrade?
Interesting range from Freaking Annie. Probably looking to play some Arbalest, which he is. But Cav Archers from Daywalker seems kind of, I don't know. Yeah, I think it looks good. He's trying to go for a rush here.
Yeah. But 3 ranges is too much, no? Main characters. Don't have Fraser.
Yeah.
Don't have Thumbring, I think. I mean, yeah, Byzantines died to Cav Archers, but I'm not sure if they died to Malian Cav Archers.
I think Daywalker correctly recognized that his matchup is probably worse in the long term. Or at least could be, so... But yeah, he doesn't get as much damage in as he probably wanted to. With that castle already being up and the build order looking really fast. But something for FreakinChris to look out for is are those onagers, which although not having the +1 range, still do massive damages.
That was a really nice attack round there behind the armies from what it looked, not damaging his own camels too much by Daywalker. Balance looping around for Chris, trying to raid the main gold, but there is no TC there yet. Villager count still quite even, little fights ensuing over the middle. Cataphract plus help is what people are saying the Byzantines could need, and Kelar also doubting the Malian CA, like me.
Yeah, now he's making a bit too much of it. Like, he hasn't DQ'd him.
Yeah, this isn't only for the rush, right? Like, it looks like it's supposed to be an army. They don't get Thumbling either, no?
Yeah, a really nice hill though for Daywalker. I'd say that position is just what you want.
Yeah, it is
like
the middle.
Protecting that gold and being a nice to attack the front.
Yeah, and there's also gold forward that it is threatening, right? And you meant the southern hill there, right? There's 2 golds for him. Castle on Little Hill in the middle as well. Good aggressive position towards this gold here. There's another gold in the south that Chris might want to secure with another structure, but he's also getting his hit. And Chris developing onto the north, who does have quite some resources.
Yep. That's also a really nice hill to control. Sooner rather than later, probably.
The Kelar just being audited down by Daywalker. So not even he does like the million Kelar.
Seems like it. Ooh, pretty dangerous number of bombard cannons here. I'm not sure if I would be comfortable in wielding that many, to be honest.
Well, you had more in your Byzantine game against Chris.
That's very true.
Oh, it's Portuguese ones though.
Yeah. And yeah, FreakinChris already lost like maybe half of them. He had 8 before. No,
I mean, they also don't have siege engineers, so both civs here not with the greatest range on their siege, but I mean, it's working out. He's dominating the middle. He's getting to kill that castle by Daywalker. And yeah, Byzantine struggle against CA. Then I said maybe not against May and CA, but also FreakinChris. With the ARP edition, they might not struggle against CA much, but against SO. They might struggle picking a time against SO, not the ARP.
And those skirms are probably rightfully flattened.
The ARPs are flattened, 2 camels coming in from the north, and skirms won't really do anything there. So loses a bit more bombard cannons, but now it's time to get out for Daywalker. Yeah. Daywalker a bit sieging the northern castle, Byzantine castles though, against one trap. That will take very long.
Another great shots on the ARPs and skirms.
Yeah, bombard cannons are also moving in too far. How many units can Chris lose here? What is this? Oh, what? But Daywalker doesn't shoot them. Oh, gets them on the last shot though. Predictions about to close, guys. I did it myself again, even though chat is full of mods. But we have an amazing set here in our hands, I think. Daywalker now swarming in with more army. That was a good few minutes for him back again. And will also kill the traps.
Also, eco expansion looking better for Daywalker. More on gold, more on food. It's really setting up for a longer game.
Yeah, Chris maybe also setting up for a longer game, right? Not making cataphracts, something that chat is questioning. There are a lot of resource investment. Maybe that's why he's not making them, but I feel now that the battles are on the field and the CA didn't really work, he might feel more comfortable to add them.
Are they that good though against Riberos?
It should be, no? Infantry killers stuff, and battles aren't too great against cav usually, so.
True.
Cataphracts that surround the battle are insta-dead, so you have to pay a lot of attention to them then, which is kind of usual for competitive players having to do with competitors, I guess. But, question is if you really want to invest into a large mass, and yeah, he made quite a few paladins there, but it's mainly ARPs, and the ARPs have all died to SO. So, FreakinChris AI army didn't work too well, the Cavatras from Daywalker didn't work too well either. So both are kind of finding new compositions right now.
Yeah, but what is Andy finding? He has nothing on the field.
Andy is not in Warlords and not on the field here.
Oh, yeah, Chris. That's true. Yeah, I meant Chris. Like, what is he going for?
Yeah, and I feel bad for just using it to be mean to Andy. But Zayu was always like, when Chris was playing the show match against Kelar, or when both of them, or when Chris was playing, Zayu was telling me like 10 times, "You're saying Andy, but it's Chris." So I felt like I had to do it once. The Competitors are really doing a great job here. I mean, it's mainly trash. Competitors kill trash, right? Scrims are probably not that bad against them, but there's light cap as well. So Daywalker now with the kind of typical mid-game, not much gold investment army comp for the Malians, and I like that army comp a lot. Until cataphracts appear, I guess. Yes, Flap Chariot is saying in chat that cataphracts wreck the battles and kill them in 2 hits. Siege Tower? Oh yeah, he's making siege though.
Yeah, but where's the gold income? Like, Chris is just mining that one in his base and not really getting onto the one down the right, and hasn't even touched the one at the top.
Yeah, that Kelar was OP, and Daywalker is also making a castle there now. Yeah, it's a great idea to make a play for that, I feel. Chris trying to get the lake with the lumber camp is now getting onto the northern gold behind 2 keeps, but a lot of siege working on that castle protecting that. Bombard cannon will have to be microed a lot, and it's paladins again. Now some cataphracts.
Still not really though. Why the skirms though? They don't really do well against Shaberos, you know.
Yeah, I don't know. There's nothing that the skirms counter, right? They were maybe against the Kavachas, but he keeps making them.
I mean, it more looks like a desperation move because he hasn't resources for anything else, and the skirmisher is the cheapest units for the Byzantines here.
He is making it work. He lost the castle, but somehow he's pushing back the rest, probably because there's army in the south for Daywalker. Where are the Beto? How did they all die?
Yeah, some cataphracts and paladins, I think. Even.
No.
They're like just 17 now.
It used to be a stack of 40. I guess the bombard cannons helped as well, right? Chris looked like he was losing that position, but he's kind of consolidated it like 4 keeps now instead of the castle. Bit of polar place, but it is on a hill. And Daywalker's getting pushed back. Daywalker now opting to go kind of for the middle or the base, trying to fight over that southern gold there.
Yeah, only SO and 2 traps here. I think those few cataphracts will clean it up.
Oh, the own Siege Onager clears it up as well. And the Siege Onager, oh my god, what a traitor Siege Onager. This Siege Onager killed 2 SO of Daywalker himself and like all his castle is. You should punish it by killing it with these 2.
Kill even more.
1 trebuchet in the south under the hill though, so Chris trebuchet is probably gonna clear that. Not really the strongest push going anywhere. Do you understand that middle angle? Okay, yeah, I guess there's 5 tiles. There's like 3k gold there in the middle. Daywalker is trying to get that one. I'm not... Do you think the middle attack here is the right thing, or should Daywalker try it harder for the south? But it's like under a hill, so maybe not.
I think Daywalker is doing absolutely right. Like the castle is gonna range that gold, and he still has enough pressure on the south that gold is untakeable for Chris. Like as long as that castle stands, it's impossible for Chris to safely be there. And now all this golden comp is gone. Like I don't think he's mining anywhere else.
Oh yeah, true. In the north, there's also a castle that's ranging it, and Daywalker is kind of taking the stone wedges, are dying to the towers, but he is denying another gold there, right, with the castle. Yeah, you're right. He's controlling all the gold that way. Beautiful play.
And by staying in the middle, he's still confrontational on the production and where he would like to fight Chris's army with the SO splash damage.
Yeah, so just trickling, Chris just trickling in trash here. That was kind of hard to say. So don't think they will ever get in position here and just some cheap deaths to SO. Exactly. Yeah, it's certainly looking very good for Daywalker here. With Monunes. The north, a ram attack now, also Daywalker on the offense there. Always had some battle around to protect his siege as well in the position in the south and in the position on the north. So really nice attention to all fronts while saying that he's losing bombard cannons to the trap. Probably should focus the trap. Is doing that now, so yes, nice attention.
And then just as the Wills tried to go for the gold in the south as their last option, the Geberos are there to deny it. So that can just be bad for Chris.
Pero Beto are killing so many of these gold vills. Now 4 paladins are coming over, but he isn't even garrisoning them. And all the vills have kind of already died, which means he has 9 on gold and is out of gold. No gold income anymore for Daywalker as of now, though, as Army's kind of on the other gold spots, and there really wasn't too much gold on the map. Relic-wise, Chris with 2 Daywalker didn't bother.
Yep, he's controlling kind of 3 at the same time. So he could pick them up if he wanted to.
But
I'm
through in the north as well.
Yeah. I'm a bit concerned about Daywalker's villager numbers. He has been slacking on the production.
Daywalker has 107. Yeah. Chris has 150.
Yeah, I'd say Chris is collecting more resources in total with that villager number.
I think 150 is too much. Like Daywalker is in all 3 spots and can afford Army there with his pop, right? Chris kinda has Army nowhere and is losing a lot of fights. It's mainly trash. 50 trash Army. Kinda can't challenge too much. Yes, he has more Army at the north now, but then he's lacking Army in the middle and Army at the south, and that gives like 2 spots to push.
But wouldn't you prefer like having probably 120 pop, like 130, instead of being like at barely 100?
I like it's 110 for Daywalker, and I think I like the 100. Yeah. Like he's making light cap and Beto. That's not expensive units. I think 100 builds, 60 farms. Well, I really like the eco from Daywalker.
Yeah.
And it's working out to get the gold behind the castle here. Even that is the last gold that FreakinChris taking. Well, FreakinChris is kind of pushing back in the north, but it's only skirmishers, so that won't be for long. And Daywalker did play against Andy in World Cup, and it was really, I think it was the best set of World Cup. It was a 3-1 to Andy, but the games were super close and super entertaining.
Hey, Andy or Chris this time?
Andy this time.
Yeah.
Chris didn't play Deathmatch World Cup 5. I was actually talking about Andy. Yeah, talking about Andy.
Yeah.
Look at me.
I want to see the relevancy of that. Oh yeah, but
that's what Mununit said in chat. I was answering Mununit.
Okay, yeah. Always good to mention a great set.
Yeah, now just trash. Like, why are they better going back for that trash? Like, I feel like they could just go forward here and keep denying the goal. 200 pop for Daywalker. Daywalker now raiding at the top as well. Has gotten light calf past the tower line. More light calf coming in everywhere to finish the game with raiding. Daywalker currently taking the middle gold, controlling the southern gold, going for that castle once again now, and therefore also controlling that gold. And this is looking like a world of pain for FreakinChris, maybe. The expectations were a little bit too much here. Daywalker, I think, also playing massively better than in the opening match.
Couldn't agree more.
Maybe it's also helping him that he's only getting land maps in the set so far.
Yeah, he hasn't been challenged on the water yet. That must be. Although he did in the game 1, he did go for. Oh no, that was game 2, I think.
He did go for a bit of water, yeah. But he wasn't challenged on it, as you said, right? Yeah. And Daywalker takes the Melons against the Byzantines here. So, even though I wasn't sure what's better, chat all said it was Byzantines. Daywalker said it's Malians. And that's the one that counts. You also said it's Malians, right?
Yeah, but I wasn't sure at all. Like, it felt like it could go either way at the beginning, and I'm not even sure like the SO did much. It's probably
they killed all the ARPs, right? I kind of like the idea of the ARPs for a while against like the Camels and the.
But the SO were too much.
The SO were too much for them. Yeah.
I feel like having a bigger emphasis on cataphracts would probably have been better and would see different results.
Yeah, I always I thought like the start is better for Males with Camels, and then with cataphracts, Camels better for Byzantines. That's what I remember from the games now. Slowly starting to remember. And yeah, Plebterian is complaining a lot about the Paladinos instead of Kind of friends. Chris, I think they with an overboom. Daywalker with the game 3 victory here. You can expand more on trending score and everything.
What? Am I supposed to do something?
No, I just felt like I cut you off a bit there, so I wanted to give the word back to you, but seemingly you finished.
No, I don't. No, very nice. Good game. Okay, so what civs do we have left? We have Malians won and Byzantines lost. So it's Lithuanians, Ethiopians, and Burmese for FreakinChris, and Japanese, Bulgarians, Italians for Daywalker. I think the decision is way harder for Chris at this point. Like I would value Japanese probably higher, but like Bulgarians is still such a good backup civ, even against Ethiopians. Just because they both lack siege, they both lack treadmill crane, and Bulgarians just have the better cavalry.
Yeah, I think Conics could do really well there, right? If we get to enough Conics for Bulgarians.
Yeah.
Both not impressive on water.
There is already a game 4.
Let's go.
Live this time again, maybe?
Are we in time?
Yeah. No, there isn't a... there wasn't a like a timer. So I should pause then.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah. How did we get behind all of a sudden, or did I forget spectacularly?
I'm at 28 seconds.
Mods, please do predictions. I won't be able to this time. I'm at 29 seconds.
Nice. You wanna count on?
Yes. 3, 2, 1, let's go. FreakinChris with the Ethiopians, Daywalker with the Japanese. I think that's the best matchup Chris could hope for you.
Yeah.
And the passing was should help him as well.
Still probably. Although the map is so small, like a good castle by Daywalker here, and the Trebs could just like batter down everything. And with a good number of towers, I feel like Ethiopians are pretty cooked.
Yeah, should Daywalker make a castle straight away, like behind the burning gate in the middle, so it also ranges that gold?
Yeah, he probably could, honestly.
Making it too far back, I feel. He has treadmill crane, he should have the fastest start here.
Yeah. Unless FreakinChris like queues up. Yeah, he's queuing up siege already.
Instant bombard cannon. Yeah, I like that. For forward castle to instant dive it. He was thinking the same as we were. But
although, like, why wouldn't you go SO here?
I think he just wanted the bombard cannon as the first few units if there's forward structures to instantly kill them.
But he made it out of every single siege workshop.
Hotkey and Q5? Oh no, he's making 15. Yeah, I don't know. That's too many.
And you could...
I sound unusual. Why are you telling me that now? I don't have no time to fix it. Can look after the game.
Yeah, I think your your mic sounds a bit raspy. But,
what, really?
It's not. Yeah, it's not really that noticeable, but a little bit.
Didn't change anything.
No, it's not that big of a deal.
We should focus on the game because it's probably over quick.
Yeah, although like I'm not sure what I prefer here position. Like Daywalker has not even one castle up, and FreakinChris is already making 2, already has 2, and I could make. I feel like I want to see show tills here.
Shortles against cave archers?
More like a meat shield against the halbs.
I don't know. I feel like I want to finish this fast, so I don't mind the cavalry. I would like to see camels instead, maybe even. But there's Yeah, there's kind of 0 heads on the field. It's only 2 barracks, so I think Chemits might be good. This looked like a very strong push from FreakinChris. I mean, he took down the castle, big amount of torsion engines, bombard cannons there.
Yep. Yeah, actually not too bad. Like he knew there would be towers, and bomber cannons do way better than traps in that regard. So that's definitely not bad.
Well, we're getting your totals. Is the mic better now?
Yep, I think so. It sounds like it usually does.
Google says same. I only changed something in stream depth, so I don't think you should hear it. Lots of towers here to delay the push by Daywalker, and he is saving his Cavarchers. But as long as there is all around and that much siege, a lot of stables in the back. Yeah, if you can get a cleanup here, maybe.
Yeah, Daywalker having like a huge number of kind of useless Cavarchers there. But yeah, after a good cleanup, and especially when Chris is just making house out of 1 barracks, that's could be brutal, honestly. Yeah, all of his code is probably on 1 screen right now.
Yeah, it's kind of 0 midfield for his siege, right? It's siege only play here. He's taking a lot of base, a lot of towers, and Daywalker's housed.
Oi.
They will delay the light cap switch a lot.
No, it could absolutely just stop it, because he's like FreakinChris is killing a house every second, and I'm not sure Daywalker can rebuild them in time. Yes, okay, now he has a lot of light cap though.
But he's going for the fight now before his house. But oh boy, the C200 shot down point, that light cap kind of didn't do anything, and now the bombard cannons will probably also with torsion engines will do decent damage against the Cavarchers. And yeah, Daywalker has to back away. Didn't really do that much damage, killed a few SO. All the bombard cannons alive still.
Yep. And
FreakinChris push is continuing, another castle forward.
Yeah, the only good part about that fight for Daywalker is that now he has pop space for more light cap.
Charging in again. This time I think finding a better angle. FreakinChris not really fighting the shot at the right time. So he's clearing out a lot of SO. The SO are cleared out. Maybe the Cavarchers can go in and try to snipe stuff, but no. They are getting mowed down. Not many Cavarchers left. And Daywalker calls the GG 2-2 set. Let's go, boys. I have really no idea what to do about the mic. It looks good on OBS. Didn't change any settings. It is connected. Test.
Yeah.
Test.
It's still a bit weird. Yeah. But yeah, you could. It's probably just some like a little tweak or something. But that's.
I didn't do anything though.
Yeah, I know. It could be like on your microphone cable. Something like this. It isn't plugged in perfectly or something.
Yeah, could be. I think. Yeah, please pause. What do you think about the Civs and stuff?
I think it's a really surprise from Daywalker picking Italians against Lithuanians, or it was against Lithuanians or Burmese. And I think if he, I would have so preferred Bulgarians.
Check.
Say something more.
More.
I think it looks sounds better.
Sounds normal now? Oh, thank God. Always when you get a game 5, either my microphone is bad or my PC is crashing. Oh my God. Sorry. Yeah.
Happens to
good. A lot of people here. I'm glad that you
are. Where are you at?
I'm nowhere close. Because I've been under my desk.
Yeah, I'm not. Was it who was it original, or like who was the Italian picker before?
Yes, Zareb, yeah.
So, maybe I don't know. I'm not actually sure at all about it. And he's maybe
against
going
Lithuanians could be alright though, right? I said right twice. Game 5! Hype, I'm at 33 seconds.
33? Okay. I'm there now. Pause.
3, 2, 1, let's go. Italians for Daywalker, so far 100% win rate in the main event. Because only Zareb has been playing them, I think. And Lithuanians, I think 100% loss rate in the main event so far. I don't remember, maybe there were more games, but I only remember mine against they are. We start with a hero Yung Wang Tong. Very funny
really
name
strong.
there.
He will do a lot. Let's see. Daywalker not really microing his.
Now starts the micro. What's happening on the other side? Pikeman on it. Though Pikeman should be pretty good in defense. Bonus damage always nice against heroes. And yeah, clean that up without damage. Chris is one. The other one is trying to hide. Yeah, who's throwing, Kelar? Prediction is up for game 5. At least in all the stress and mods are working now. Archers for the Lithuanians, so maybe something can be done with the rush for FreakinChris here. And I mean, we've got faster skirmishers as well against Genoese, even though no great siege. And the Lithuanians with the rushing opportunity, but good play by Daywalker to get a castle up already. And yeah, I don't really get why he didn't go Bulgarians. Bulgarians should have a really easy time here, I think.
Yeah, and it wouldn't be even too bad against Burmese even.
Yeah, I think he was maybe thinking... Yeah, but they have siege onager. They're also fine against elephants.
Yeah,
like if this was Italians to counter elephants, I feel like Bulgarians would have even been better there. Web-wise, we have a bit of Yucatan, or like cenotes, I guess. We have a few rivers with 1 pitch each, so cenotes is what I tried to say, I think. Map control castle is coming up for FreakinChris. Relics in the north, one behind the wood line, some in the south, some extra golds as well. Thank you for the follow, JBR. Nice to see you.
Okay, yeah. Good and cheap bombard cannons for Daywalker. Looking to play, yeah, probably just a pike, Genoese crossbow, and bomber cannon composition, which isn't too bad against Lithuanians actually.
Yeah, it feels weird seeing so many pikes, but probably necessary to double counter here. Genoese without meat shield can still die to Cav, especially to good Cav. Like the Lithuanians will have, how many relics do you have? 1. I think Chris could get the war for the one at the bottom. It's also trying to move army towards the top, so probably eyeing that relic there. That is not a monk, yeah, Cavachers to protect that one. There's a monk on the field for Daywalkers trying to snatch the southern relic, as I think this game will go on a little bit longer, and relics might matter a lot for the Lith to be able to jump onto the journeys.
Yep. Getting his second one, I think, from the middle now, unless I missed some.
Predictions.
Oh, he's actually... He will get the third. So he has 2 on the way.
Oh, 2 on the way. Yeah, I got the southern one too, I think, because that is gone. Yep. I don't see anyone for Daywalker, so I think the monk I found was holding that one. And the northern one he has as well. No, the northern one is still there.
Yeah, he got one from the south and one from the center. So he will have better than... Like, if you look at the monastery now, he's will bring in 2. If we're at the same time.
Yeah, we are... You're British Dave? True, you were British Dave from casting Lily's runs. Yeah, great job on that, by the way. And Chris stops the castle in the south. And will kill it as well. So Chris with a lot of control here. And yeah, it's Cavachers, Paladin, obviously all kind of in theory dying to Genoese. Big problem with Genoese play is though it is very slow. And this map is open enough. Chris already establishing himself at kind of 3 angles there in the middle and north and south, or at least at the north and southern angle, to use the Lithuanian mobility. Mass of bombard cannons again here, this time for Daywalker with a group of 8.
Yeah, I don't mind it as much this time because they're cheaper, right? And probably what you need against onagers.
Yeah, Lithuanian onagers should be kind of decently countered by Italian bombard cannons, as both ships don't get siege engineers. And yeah, I don't know if you want to take a fight head on for Chris. I really like the play to play for both sides. He's trying to get a castle up in the south. It's, I guess why his army's still there. But the bombard cannons will take that down anyway, so I don't know, maybe shift to the north? His army there, build up a trip push there?
Yeah. Chris, I think, is having a problem with his composition, that he will need to rely on the onagers a lot. Even though his paladins and cav archers are really mobile, he can't really capitalize on it. So I think he's preparing. Yeah, he's preparing to take the fight here. Although he's thinning down the pike numbers a lot.
I played this matchup a few days ago, and it feels like you can take a head-on fight if you kind of split your opponent's army a bit into his attention, and then do that like 5 times over, and then take a big engagement while having web control, which Chris kind of has. But yeah, for all the pikemen aren't really too strong. Where else are the Genoese at? They are indeed partly already split up, because a lot of them are waiting in the north, making the engagement better for Chris here. Turfox calling for demos in the pond. Could even find the gold with you.
I think all ponds seem, especially the center one, seems very good for cannon galleons.
Yeah, Lithuanians I think don't get heavy cannon galleon, do they? Italians do.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I don't think Lithuanians can, but I'm not sure.
Bombard cannon in the middle, easily won by the Italian ones. Pop a little bit going, the Paladins going to raid. Now, I'm not sure if we really want the Paladins to raid. I think Chris wants them in the fight. But yeah, a lot of Pop is just idling in the north for Daywalker, giving Chris way better fights than he should have, with actually not playing mobility. And Daywalker is like acting like me and expecting mobility play. But Daywalker is just taking good engagements for now in the south. And if he's taking good engagements, that's enough. Trying to snipe the bombard cannon, has an onager around, will get taken out. Raids stopped instantly though. Good play by Daywalker.
I like the lightest edition here. Probably. I mean.
Do we? They're worse than Pierce armor wise, but I guess they're killing quicker, and that's kind of what is usually the downfall of Genoese.
Yeah.
Yeah, might work. And he's charging in. Micro's back. Most of the Genoese now trying to take the stand around that trebuchets. But if the light is close to distance, seem to do quite some damage. +5 with the 3 relics now as well. Genoese some would survive. Bombard cannons getting good hits behind though.
Yeah, I think, but still a good fight for Chris. He has more on the way, and the Genoese numbers are so thinned out.
Genoese numbers indeed very thinned out. The bombard cannons behind doing a fantastic job. Bombard cannons plus Cav. It's very not gold efficient for Chris though. And look at Daywalker's bank. JBR's asking, is it worth Chris for just going skirms for a while? I think so, yeah. Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
Daywalker thinking so too and adding condos. Expecting it before it's even happening. Now the push is coming at the north. 2 trebuchets, a forward tower, so making a little bit of a distraction happen there. The Genoese not even really engaging, and no siege bombard king being made, but I'm not sure if it will be in time for the castle.
And where did I think Daywalker's bomber cannons died there too in the previous fight. So this one will go worse.
Well, was great onager shot though, another great onager shot. Damages the Genoese, but doesn't quite get the position. But as long as Chris can take gold here in the south, a lot of stone invested there. 3 castles and 6 keeps. So really putting a huge emphasis on this position. Also by proxy defends the gold in the very south.
Yep.
And Daywalker only
still...
6 on gold.
Yep. Has a nice bank though. But he's like committing a huge portion of his army to the north. Which I don't hate necessarily, but there isn't much siege. Maybe those bomber cannons are going there, but like you kinda need them at the front.
Yeah, he's kind of all game committed there. Genoese group there to the north, right? Lacking in the fights in the south. Yeah, now if he gets the bombard cannons there, could potentially take down these 3 castles and take over another gold pile. So right now, if he can push there, I like it. South kind of maybe... Yeah, south is way harder to get to the gold there, so... I don't mind the choice now to go for the north for Daywalker, but yeah, he had too much pop there for too long of a time.
I feel like also Daywalker like had a heavy emphasis, like he kind of wanted to push the south gold, and has been taking bad fights like that. Now kind of getting baited by the bomber cannons and the cav archers.
Yeah. Genoese are still cheap, right? It's not the end of the world if you lose a few, you can easily remake them. And it's pushing at the north, but oh boy, if he doesn't pay attention here, the lightest get the bombard cannons, then he won't get the northern gold. The south, feel like he's kind of giving up a bit.
Yeah, that position though is so heavily fortified, like 4 castles and 7 keeps. Just in the same spot.
Yeah.
Like it would be... Yeah, it would probably still be huge if he cleared it, but not really worth the cost-effective trade.
Yeah.
Now this is
he did lose everything now though. All the bombard cannons went down to the lightest. And that kind of hinders him from getting onto that gold. And if Chris can collect all the golds to south and to the north, and he can also collect the back gold in the south, then he should have a long-term advantage here. Also, let's not forget the 3-to-1 relic situation. Daywalker, very reluctant to pick up relics in the set, I feel. Now that I say it, of course, he's making a monastery to get the north one. But also monastery in a very vulnerable position there.
Okay, that's 6 towers going up in the very north.
6 towers! See.
Interesting choice.
6 towers, that is more than a castle costs. But it's better for delaying, right? Towers have a higher delay value than castles, even though they have overall less value. Do Lithuanians have keep? They do. Both Swiss have keep. Chris also going for a tower. Are we developing a tower meta with every keep civ in this tournament? So gonna ban it next one, man. Oh! Chris bombard cannons!
Taking a really good trade for Daywalker. And also, like, exit him before he takes any of his own losses.
It was such a
Which I
weird
really
fight,
like.
right? Just like 2 groups of bombard cannons without support units meet in the middle of the map. Oh, it sounds,
Yes.
or it already sounds like the start of a joke.
That was very random. Just both kind of scouting, seeing what's
Yeah.
up, looking
Scouting
to snipe
with
something.
1 bombard cannon may be more effective, at least from one side. Yeah.
And here we go again. Like, that's
Big
one
rage.
trap and 8 bomber cannons and a bunch of onagers. Like, what's this no siege armies?
His army's raiding. He has 145 villagers again. Chris with another overboom. Daywalker. This time though, really an underboom. I think 66 vills. It's not an underboom. It is good raids by Chris, but yeah. Too many versus 2 less vills.
Although, yeah, I'm still not sure if on the the overboom side, because Chris is putting all of his villagers to work. I think. Okay, a lot of them are idle, like 18 of them, but still, like, yeah, having them work is better than having too few villagers.
Yeah, but
And he can
it's the
bank
reason
all of
his
the
siege
rest.
is all alone, right? He lost all his bombard cannons again because he just doesn't have pop or meat shield for his siege. And that's like
It could-
losing 225 gold each bombard cannon.
Yeah. True, but I think that's just more stupid of him that he went forward with them rather than he's overboomed and can't support any other units. But yeah, I get your point. Can't really push with the siege if you can't support any other units.
Fighting in the north as well, Daywalker managed to tower the gold there. 1 bombard cannon working on it, but counter bombard cannon. Daywalker just better with the BBC micro, or like paying more attention to the BBC. Massive tower mounts now on the left side eco as well, where Chris has been raiding. Daywalker, not that many wheels queued though. Still at 70 and 155 population, so if Chris, who deleted few wheels now at least, 137, can get a stronger army out, and Daywalker still not at pop, would be a chance. But right now, army is bigger for Daywalker as due to the overboom. I don't want to keep arguing about it, but I think it's due to that Daywalker stayed again.
Yeah, probably buying Daywalker more time rather than making him lose faster. That's for sure.
Yeah, like the pop would be like Daywalker's lower pop, and the successful raids would be a window for Chris to win the game. I don't think he's losing the game with the overboom, right? He has so much map control. He's using the extra vills to now also gobble up the southern gold, gobble up the gold that he's taken in the middle left, and trying to get to the northern one. Kind of nobody can right now.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, Chris is he doesn't have the opportunity to end this game.
Yeah.
Even at disadvantage. Which, yeah, we'll see how it develops.
Yeah, it still gives Daywalker a chance, right? If Daywalker, for example, wins the north now and gets onto 1 gold, then kind of takes it gold by gold, if he does that fast enough before Chris has taken all the gold. Yeah, see a world where Italians can still win here.
For sure.
Both sits with good Hussar, so rating is relatively even. Less attack, but then it's winged.
Yeah, and then even in a full trash situation, would you feel like a good Genoese mass would be good? Or
It's Lithuanian skirms, so not really.
yeah. Yeah, probably not.
I guess maybe Genoese Hussar could be a winning comp there. Genoese Hussar could be a winning comp, yeah. It's kind of weird, because like the speed of the Hussar gets negated by the Genoese, but I think it could be a winning comp. Brain skirms are faster, which is really useful. And they have extra pierce armor. So they're special. They're still skirms, and skirms are still great. But as special as it can get. Arguably the best skirms in the game.
Yeah. Good. Oh yeah, probably not the best, but yeah, they're very good, very mobile, very. I think their utility is a lot higher.
Yeah, exactly, because they're fast, right? And that really matters much in DM late game. Mobility is key. And that should mean that Genoese Hussar is a less mobile army of swords than the like skirm army, but he still needs helps. Oh, also faster, so kind of balances out the comps there at the end a bit.
We see Chris chipping away at the towers.
Getting onto the North Gold, getting to raid the stone that Daywalker is trying to take.
I feel like Daywalker will clear that up if Chris isn't careful enough. Which has happened before, right?
Yeah, Chris has to go back. He's doing a good job retreating his bombard cannons here, though. And baiting the Genoese under the castle. But Daywalker once again losing a lot of villagers. All the stone there only has 30 farms. So not the prettiest eco setup for late game, whereas FreakinChris with 65 farms, all the map control, really nice transition here to the post-gold fight, I feel like.
Yep, and Daywalker not really getting to the 200 pop that he'd like. Like even with all this time that he had, he still hasn't really managed with all those raids to really recover his economy.
Harp edition now by Daywalker. What do you think of that? Skirms are indeed coming out, by the way.
I think it's a poor choice. But yeah, no, not even really better against Hussar or Alps. Probably better against Alps than Genoese crossbowmen.
Yeah, better against Alps, better against Skirm. Better range, obviously, having in those both regards. But the less utility against the winged Hussar feel like makes me like Genoese more. But he's getting a production issue, right? With only 3 castles for Daywalker.
Yeah, that's maybe it.
People still want to see docks. Yeah, I would like docks. Chris could dock because he has more gold access.
Yeah, and Chris could, like, if he goes docked, then those 2 castles are probably gone.
Yeah, Chris just needs to dock in the middle, make a few cannon gains. He gets... Yeah, it doesn't matter which kind of cannon gains, because it's really hard to fight them. They can also attack ground now, so they can even defend themselves against bombard cannons, which they kind of couldn't do before. Still heavy tower fight, trash fight in the north. Both people know they were trying to place more towers, but Chris has too much army there and 2 bombard cannons taking them down. So Chris probably gonna get this gold as well. And then I really like the situation. Also, shouldn't forget 3-1 lyric lead. Eventually, someone might cut the northern forest even to get the 5th one.
Yeah, exactly. Also, a lot of similarities between this game and the Malian Byzantines one. Like one player controlling golds, keeping it that way, and like grinding out the numbers from the other.
And nobody gets siege engineers here, as you are asking, Chad. So also the cannon gates were affected by it now, don't get it. So I guess that evens out. But it's the... It kind of pins down the bombard cannons in the middle, at least. Maybe it isn't bad. But Chris now pushing both sides, though. Pushing in the north. Daywalker sending builds there, does he want to make? Okay, he wants to get these 2 towers. Double mining camp setup for FreakinChris. Kind of blocking himself off a bit. And more army from Daywalker in the north, while Chris trying to push the south, but once again, it's only traps without protection.
And he has the skirms even, but they're quite out of position, and yeah, now going the wrong way.
In the north, Daywalker with a Capram push in deathmatch.
Oh, yeah, that's exciting. He could. I'm not sure, but like if he has a good number of pikes, which he doesn't really have. Yeah, maybe.
If a C-Tram makes Choo-Choo, what does a Capram make?
Chow chow.
Saying chow chow to the castle, I would say. I didn't even have a joke or something to say behind that in mind. I'm glad I found something thanks to your answer. I just did a setup without having a joke, but it worked. Really happy about that.
I'd rather say chow chow to the C-Dram soon. Going straight into the lightest. Aye.
They're not C-Trams, otherwise we would have said choo-choo to them. And the lightest mopped them up. But Daywalker gets the towers up, gets the position for the gold likely. I don't know who's winning here. Pikemen are streaming in. The Lithuanian units are attacking the wrong units, I think. And therefore allowing, I think those few pikemen trickling in bought the Genoese the time to actually win the fight. So really nice.
Could we actually see a comeback here? Like, look at the pop. It's looking really good for Daywalker. It has way more military and is recovering his villager numbers more than ever. He still has an issue with farm space and opportunities to build eco. But if he solves that in the near future, better said than done though.
Chris also losing so many traps though, right? He lost, I think, 2 more traps now in the south, which adds it up to like 8 trap losses in the last 3 to 4 minutes. Therefore, a lot of gold down the drain for Chris, who had more gold on the map, still can collect some in the south. But if Daywalker gets on back to gold, always a potential momentum swing there. And he got that northern gold that I talked about. If he gets that he still has a chance. More traps around though.
Really nice food bank. I think he can make a lot of pikes, a lot of hustler if he wanted to. Lacking the stables for that, but he has. I don't want to say like he's winning right now, but he probably could be soon-ish. Oh, it's really hard to tell.
Starting to look bad in the fights again, though. FreakinChris with 97 farms and the skirms and the bombard cannons chipping away on the Genoese. Feels like Chris is getting the northern position back. What a fantastic game 5, by the way. I mean, really great set, and we're having like 1 hour of a really close game 5 as well.
It's just what you want to see. Tension is so high, and Daywalker has been playing really well. Like after initial like losing the position to the north and the south, he has just been keeping up the fight, keeping having things work out. Like keep trying, keeping to put on the pressure on 2 fronts. Like that's really hard to do while you're behind. So that's very nice.
I feel like he's dying while we're complimenting him though. Skirms are now taking over the north, structures are getting cleared, and I really like the 95 farms for FreakinChris. Could potentially, like, maybe it's still a bit too many villagers, but we will have a better food bank than Daywalker soon. And right now enough army to defend both the middle and the north. Daywalker's pop dropping heavily there. Lithuanian skirms carrying, guys. Huh? To you, those of you who didn't want to believe it. I think the skirms have been doing really good the last few minutes. Also, of course, Daywalker isn't adding any Hussar though, and I don't know Genoese Condottiero are it now. I don't feel like we can keep that up. I really want to see some stables out of the Italian.
Yep. Forward barracks now for FreakinChris. Probably looking to end it here.
And it does end it at this point. FreakinChris wins the set. And my prediction is coming true. Great set, great play by both, though. I feel like Daywalker played way better than he did in the tournament so far. It was a great showing by both players, and both look really strong, and probably both are going to make it out of their group in the end. But FreakinChris, very strong performance. And yeah, Itane's a bit of a weird pick at the end in game 5. But Chris doing a good job, getting 3 relics, getting the position kind of everywhere on the map, and wearing down a strong defending Daywalker. Biggest mistake, probably having so much idle military at the North Forward.